Okay, no, maybe not toilet paper. Was hoarding like resources and stuff, and was getting ready for like nuclear bunkers and stuff. And at the same time, being branded a communist was a slur. So I don't like the neighbor's dog. You're The dog is communist. I hate doing Chinese homework. I mean, the Chinese homework is communist. Like it's like calling something today like it's like calling something like the F word. Okay, it's like a slur. And also in the East or in the USSR and communist countries, it made for very good propaganda. So they could lie and just say we have to spend. They could. It's like an excuse for them to spend a lot of money on military. So this is just um, a comic, I guess, about communism, like not giving people rights. Yeah. Impact of the arms race. So this is a copy and pasted graph from CNN, I think, and this is basically these graphs are the GDP of the US, and you can see that, and the white is like the white part of the bar is the amount of money part of the country's GDP. That's sorry, no, the dark bars are part of our military spending of their GDP, and the light bars are like where they don't spend their GDP. So nowadays the US spends 16% of their GDP, or the money they earn on defense. But back then, you can see that they're spending more or less 2/3, more than half of their money on on military. So that's like the impact. That's the economic impact of the arms race. They would spend more than half their GDP, or about half their GDP, on weapons.
And Frankie, if I can ask you a question about that chart. So in the first few years after the arms race started, I see the black bars are even taller than the white bars. So does that mean that they're spending more on the military development than what the GDP was?
Yeah, basically. Like they would not. They haven't. They like they barely would spend on like social
Yeah,
work or like
they
stuff
were
like that.
borrowing money. They didn't produce enough money,
Yeah,
but
like they were
just
running their economy at a loss.
yeah, that's right. That's called a deficit or debt. They borrowed money to invest in the military development. What's GDP? So, Frankie, there's a question.
GDP?
Hmm.
GDP is like the amount of money a country makes through taxpayer money and stuff. So I can show you the exact definition. The GDP stands for gross domestic product.
Yep,
It's like the amount of money a country gets from trade and stuff.
they produce.
It's it's like the country's income, sort of, I guess, to put it in simple ways. Okay, thanks.
Political impacts. Cold War strongly impacted the entire world, even until modern day. It is estimated $8 trillion have been used and 100,000 deaths for Americans from the Korean War and Vietnam War. Obviously, this isn't something small or just anything big. This was something really serious. This also destroyed USSR and basically wiped communism ideals in Russia, or in the entire world actually. Germany was also reunited as one country again with capitalism because the United States won. Other than that, I don't really know what else it could have impact on. Perhaps other countries converting to capitalism or change their thoughts of some things.
That's all.
Okay.